The modern world is on a downward spiral in regards to everything, from the collective decline in IQ, attention span, to cultural degradation, moral and even spiritual degeneracy. So, how did we get here? Why do we promote garbage? Why are we rewarding stupid people? Well, in this video, I will explain to you that this phenomenon is not organic. It's quite calculated and it is a meticulously thought out plan. The cultural degradation, what the algorithms are pushing forward, it is a form of subversion, a destructive action aimed to destabilize and control a population, through propaganda of course, and through manipulating the market and the algorithms to promote those types of products. Tapping into the apathy of the modern world, softening the monotony and the lethargy of the modern world, keeping them entertained and therefore obedient. As the old Roman poet Juvenal said 2 centuries ago, give them bread and circuses and they will never revolt. Indeed, a man centuries ahead of its time. Consumerism plays a huge role in this phenomenon because of our need for a quick dopamine hit, a quick cheap laugh, creating those lolcows like ishowspeed or even garbage humans like Chris Chan, or even 15-minute celebrities like the Huak Tuah girl. And you know what? You are responsible for this. You are to blame because you entertain this type of content. If there's a demand, a supply will be created. Artificially, of course. You are not 100% to blame though. You are merely a victim to this phenomenon. The modern human is starved for purpose, starved for meaning, starved for a mythological ethos. This is why you see on the internet, and not only, the slow rise in Christianity, the slow rise in gym culture, the slow rise in nationalism throughout Europe and also throughout America, the slow rise of the new warrior mentality and the search for truth, and there's a huge market for this. So why isn't the algorithm pushing forward this? And when I'm talking about the algorithm, I'm talking about all platforms. Well, because it is not a free market capitalist oriented algorithm. It is a heavily censored and regulated to maintain the status quo and to maintain the established ideas in order to not rattle the cage too much. The algorithm pushes forward this garbage because it has an agenda behind it, to create a race of mindless Teletubbies absorbed by social media, addicted to fast-paced brain rot content, hooked on this sweet dopamine nectar in order to subjugate in a peaceful way a population. The algorithm promotes garbage like Mr. Beast because it is harmless fun, fast-paced brain rot that has no value in the maturity of a child since children are his prime audience, and also to subliminally groom them via his best friend Chris Tyson, whom was found guilty of texting young boys of 13 years old those texts suggesting grooming, normalizing this type of behavior. I don't want to get too much into this because you all know the scandal and how it turned out, and how mainstream media tried to swipe this scandal under the rug. Do you think Mr. Beast's rise to fame was organic? Don't kid yourselves. And also, here on YouTube, there are ex-employees of Jimmy, aka Mr. Beaver, that proved and exposed how all his videos are fake and scripted, bringing nothing worth of value, nothing real, nothing constructive to anyone who watches his videos, or more importantly, to the kids that are in the middle of their development as human beings, and they are being fed this low-quality brain rot that doesn't stimulate their imagination, their creativity, their intuition, or their intelligence. Now let's get something straight. I'm not attacking Jimmy for capitalizing on the stupidity of the modern world, or questioning how great of a businessman he is, or the fact that he made some charitable facts, allegedly, in the past which deserve total respect. No, I am saying that his product is garbage. Literal diarrhea, I might add. Let's take another example of garbage that is promoted to people. Let's look at ishowspeed, a silly billy that chimps out for attention and cheap laughs reacting to content, regurgitating what other idiots on the internet posted and making a fool out of himself. How is society rewarding him? Making him famous and a millionaire, with zero effort and zero talent. Now let's take the example of the Huak Tuah girl, or more recently known by her real name, Hayley Welch, who became famous in a Vax Pop when she explained that the hottest thing to do in bed is to spit on a man's penis. Yeah, this is the level of culture modern world has achieved. And she became overnight a sensation, got a personal podcast sponsored by Jake Paul, tens of contracts for merchandise, and became in just 3 months a millionaire. You mean to tell me that this was organic? Yeah, if you truly believe that, go to sleep. Okay, just go to sleep. It's better this way. And on top of that, from a DNA test, she discovered that she is a...
Wait, you're Jewish? 97% Jewish.
Yeah.
Haley,
You're 97%
you're 90% Jew. You know you're a Jew? 97%.
Is that like a real thing?
Yeah.
No shit.
Yeah, so when people ask, you can tell them you're
I'm
a Jew.
Jewish.
You're Jewish. You didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
It is.
You're gonna
It
fly in
is.
Hollywood. It's gonna be great.
Yeah. You should tell that. At every meeting, you should open with that.
Did you know?
Why am I not surprised? Or take the example of the N-word girl, Lily Gaddis, who is famous for making a TikTok, a viral TikTok, where she says the N-word. Wow, what a valuable contribution to mankind. And she sells the persona of a trad wife. And of course, all the right-wing conservative cocks ejaculated in unison harder than when Trump says China. Bro, Americans are quite stupid sometimes. Girl, you're not a trad wife, okay? You're just a silly billy who got a nose job, okay? You're not fooling anyone, Fed. At least I'm honest about it. And now you might say that, oh, look at this bitter fat ass complaining about other people's success. First of all, I was bulking, okay? Until February, I will be under 10% body fat again, okay? I promise. Second of all, you bet your ass I'm bitter. Why wouldn't I be? All I see around me is mediocrity, nothing of value, nothing meaningful. At least I'm funny. Or I think I am. And I think I'm actually giving some value, some insight, a different perspective, and something that requires more than a 2-digit IQ and an 8-second attention span. I am also a certified personal trainer and nutritionist. I also went to the musical conservatory on the jazz section. And then I dropped out. You know, this is why the Western world is in this crisis of identity. Because it is not a meritocracy. It's actually an idiocracy. This is why we don't have the next Mozart, or the next Carl Jung, or the next Leonardo da Vinci. This is why the modern world is failing on every aspect. This is why our culture is evolving but backwards. We regress on every front, from music to film, culture, politics because everything has to fit in the narrative. Everything has to fit in the norm. Everything also has to make profit. Nobody takes risks anymore. Nobody invests in excellence. Nobody invests time to understand a different perspective, a different opinion. If you're not either a minority, rich, or a woman, nobody gives a shit about you. And you know what? I'm fine with that. But stop pretending we're on equal ground here. The Western world and also the Eastern world was built on excellence, was built on a set of morals, on a set of traditions. When you remove those aspects, you have this gray, ugly melting pot and meaningless dystopia that we live in today. If you have a naughty opinion, you get ostracized. You know, the internet is a wonderful thing because it could not function without humans. And what humans do? We create groups, we create echo chambers, and you know what? I'm fine with that. And another great thing about the internet is that not only it brings ideas and like-minded people together, it also exposes the truth. This is why in today's world are fewer and fewer secrets, and this is why the narrative is shifting, because lies can only get you so far. A great awakening is happening. We will never recover from this dystopic nightmare as long as we don't change the culture. Don't be just a bystander. Make your voice heard. So what everything is against your opinion or against you? If Leonidas didn't hold the hot gates, if Alexander the Great didn't venture into Asia, or the Spanish and the Portuguese didn't initiate the Reconquista, the West wouldn't have been as great as it was. You know, there's no doubt in my mind that I'm shadow banned here on YouTube because I have the wrong opinion. I mean, I used to get 2K, 3K, 3.5K on a video. I mean, those numbers are pretty pathetic, I know, but for a new small channel, I was pretty okay, I guess. But now I can't even get past 200 views, and I have at least 50% watch time on every video. And also, you know what the average click-through rate on a video on YouTube is? 1.9%. I, in average, have more than 12%. So why isn't the algorithm pushing forward my videos? Because I have the wrong opinion. I'll still post, don't get me wrong. I still have a lot of videos in the making and I still have a lot of things to say, so you won't get rid of me that easily. But, you know, it's pretty frustrating when you actually put your heart into something and is snubbed from you. And you know what? I'll keep making the best videos that I can and the best thumbnails. I mean, not to brag, but my thumbnails are fire! Literally! And you know what? Without a single ounce of arrogance in my heart, I tell you this. My channel is fucking awesome!
Subscribe, you silly Billy!